So please, if we want to discuss this, have a conversation, go with each other and go into this matter of order, please find out for yourself whether you are familiar, know, aware, cognizant with your way of life inwardly, find out whether it's orderly or disorderly. Orderly may mean conforming to a pattern, right? Conforming to a tradition. That is generally called orderly. Conforming to what the religious people have said, the monks, the gurus, the teachers, the so-called sacred books. If you follow those and conform to those, you say, I'm living orderly. Does conformity bring about order? Or it is the very root of disorder? One conforms when one puts on trousers and shirt in this country, in Europe. When one goes to India, one puts on different clothes. That's not conformity. We are talking of conformity psychologically, inwardly. Do we conform? Does one know, realize that you're conforming?
Can we see that the cause of disorder are the same that the cause of deterioration?
Yes, sir. Now, don't forget what we talked about, deterioration. Don't bring it in, because we're going back to the same old pattern. First of all, do you know, you are aware for yourself that you are conforming? To the idea of marriage and not married, both the same. You may live with a girl or a boy and say we are not conforming. But those who are married, are they also conforming? Because they sign a paper or something or other. You follow? You have to be cognizant, aware whether you are conforming.
Isn't any idea and any thought a sort of confirmation? Because if a thought is repeated...
Sir, don't bring in little more complex. We'll go further, deeper into. Begin with this. Am I or you conforming to a pattern? Whether established by a society or whether I have established it for myself, it is still conforming. You understand? I may reject the outward authority altogether, but inwardly I have the authority of my experience, of my knowledge, and to that I conform, and that is also conformity. So, are you aware of this fact for oneself? If you are not, then who is going to awaken you? Who is going to put pressure on you so that you say, yes, I'm in disorder, I found out? Because through pressure, you won't find out. It's the pressure from outside that makes you conform or not conform. So, if one may ask again, if you are asking yourself, are you psychologically in any way conforming? Sirs, this is one of the most subtle and important points if you go into it very deeply. You have to conform to certain laws. You have to drive on the right side in Europe, and in England, left side. You say, I'm not going to conform and drive on the right side. The policeman will be after you. The cop will come and tell you, please drive on the left side. So, I'm asking, please ask yourself whether you're conforming to tradition, to your aggressive, violent responses. Are you conforming to all that? You see how difficult, what a tremendous problem this is. And if you are imitating, not outwardly, I'm not talking the outward imitation of long hair, short hair, beards or no beards and all the rest of it, but inwardly, psychologically, imitating. Will you take time one afternoon or one evening or sometime during the day to look at yourself? Right? This is what you're doing now. That you are, if I may most respectfully point out, you are looking at yourself and discovering for yourself whether you are conforming, imitating, and if you are conforming to a certain pattern, another conforms to another pattern, so there is conflict between the two, and so disorder. Right? Then if you are aware, know, realize, see that you are in disorder, will you remain with it? You understand? Not try to change it. Not try to say, this is, I must go beyond it, I must suppress it, I must understand it, I must rationalize it, but just holding it in your arms, as it were, without any movement. The baby is asleep in your arm. The moment you move, she wakes up and cries. You understand? I wonder if I'm making myself clear. Am I? Huh? So that's the point. Will one comprehend and bring about order in one's life by rules, by discipline, by control, by suppression, or will you observe in yourself disorder and not run away from it, not translate it into your own idiosyncrasies, temperament and aggression, but merely look at it, observe it, watch it. We said, if you have followed, if I may go on with it, we said yesterday, or one of these discussions or talks, that the word art means to put things in their proper place, right? In their proper place, not giving one or the other importance. If you give importance to technology, then other ways of existence is not on the same level. Therefore, there is disharmony. If you give sex, as most people do, except perhaps there are exceptions, the most important, the highest, all-consuming importance, the only thing that matters in life, then again, you exaggerate and bring about disharmony. If you put money as all important, again, contradiction takes place. Or if you say power, domination is all important, again, therefore, to live harmoniously means to put everything in their proper place. Will you do it? Or you just les mots en l'air? Will you do this? Just a minute. Will you do this? Not give your body the tremendous importance the West gives, the Western world, how they look, how they dress. You follow this tremendous concern, which doesn't mean you mustn't dress properly, decently, and all the rest of it. Will you do all this? If you don't, why do you talk about order? There's no point at all. But if one wants to live in order, and therefore live in harmony, with sense of great beauty, perhaps also peace, then you must have order. Order isn't to go from window to window, window shopping. You understand the phrase window shopping? Never buy anything, but go from, you follow, shop to shop. And you think that is extraordinarily wide mind. Go from one book to another, one teacher to another, one guru to another, one priest to another, one philosopher. You follow? Never, never, never staying in one place and finding out. Why do people do that? Have you ever wondered? They go to India, they're fed up with their priests here, so perhaps there is something there, and that is romantic, all that nonsense. And this is called gathering knowledge, or this is called an open mind. It isn't really an open mind, it's a big sieve with a large hole, with nothing holes in it. We are doing this all the time in different ways. So we are asking, are you serious enough, committed enough, dedicated enough to live a life of total order?